The Dallas Mavericks just made an unbelievable trade, sending out Grant Williams and a couple of other pieces, but in return, they get this guy right here, PJ Washington, and the Dallas Mavericks have made a number of different good moves today, including PJ Washington, but also Daniel Gafford. However, in this video, I want to break down the versatility of PJ Washington and why this is such an excellent fit here for the Dallas Mavericks and even helps them on their chances of becoming a contender this season. PJ Washington is a guy who is very versatile, a two-way guy who can even play some small ball center at times as well, but also adds the versatility of being able to shoot the three ball as well. Now, in this game that we're watching, it was a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago actually, he scored 43 points, okay? So you're pairing him up with Kyrie and Luka, two of the best ISO scorers in basketball. But the number one thing I want to show you guys or tell you guys about is how Luka and Kyrie are able to drive into the paint, draw multiple different defenders, leaving the corners wide open. Now, in this case scenario, you see a cutting PJ Washington get an incredible finish at the basket, but mainly what this is, to talk about is his defensive versatility, his ability to play small ball five, but also his ability to sit in the corner, sit in his role, and hit down some threes. That's what he's going to thrive in doing here in Dallas, and this is a massive pickup for them going forward. Grant Williams just wasn't cutting it, the former Boston Celtic, but PJ Washington will 100% fill the role the way they need it to be filled, and he'll be a massive pickup. Now, in this video, we're going to break down some film, and I'm going to show you guys what you're getting in PJ Washington. Now, before we jump into the video, before we talk about the film, do me a big favor. Hit the like button. Just help this video get out to more Dallas Mavericks fans around the world. But also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And we're going to be covering the Dallas Mavericks for the rest of the season. I've already posted like 2 Dallas Mavericks videos over the past 2 weeks. Go check those out as well. But we're going to be breaking down a ton of film. So subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we go live for a game going forward. And here comes a fast break. Ish Smith driving in, throws up the lob. This is going to be fun, man. Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, both high flyers, can both get up there and catch some lobs. I guarantee you're going to see a lot of lob catches out of PJ Washington, especially from Luka Doncic. Here we go. We're going to get a screen here by Nick Richards. In, Mavericks case, this will probably be Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford. And here we go. PJ going to reset it over to Miles Bridges. He's going to set a little screen right here. Now, imagine that this is Luka. Imagine this is Kyrie. Now, whenever this is Luka or Kyrie, you're going to see, two guys face towards him. So, Jordan Clarkson and then Lauri Markkanen. They do it a little bit either way. Miles Bridges ends up getting in there for an easy dunk or a layup. What I want to show you guys, though, is when they run this play in Dallas, what you're going to see is two guys hedge over the top here on what should be Luka Doncic. And then what they're going to have PJ do is kick out three-point line. Either have, this guy in the corner rotate in, have him go to the corner, or have PJ just sit back at the top of the key in a pick-and-pop type role. But either way, if they don't double-team the ball handler, Luka and Kyrie can go ahead and do the same thing they just did there and finish at the basket. All right, here we go. Nick Richards going to get it over to Ish Smith. Ish Smith going to drive into the paint again, drawing some defenders in, right? We get a slightly falling asleep by Colin Sexton, and PJ Washington has the ability just to shoot over you, man. It doesn't matter where he is. It doesn't matter, who's passing him the ball. He can have that quick trigger, and if you leave him open, he will score the ball a lot of the time. Here we go. Nice little play here by PJ. A tough finish through contact over Chris Dunn, and gets it to go. Here we go. On this play, we're going to get Brandon Miller, the rookie. We're going to get a screen here for number 8. The defense loses sight of PJ Washington. Absolutely beautiful play. And again, you cannot leave him open. I know he's not shooting the best from the three this season, only 32.4%, but he has the ability to hit him, man. 36% back in 2021, 38% back in 2020. And then 37% in 2019. So the man can hit the three ball. And I think Dallas is going to be the prime spot for him to really, really start breaking out. And I think he could have a career season this season with the Dallas Mavericks. Again, a little bit of a zone coverage by the Jazz. And he's able to hit that little floater. But again, I think the most important thing we have to recognize about PJ Washington is his defensive ability, man. Two-way guy. Like we said before, he can play that small ball five, which makes the team way more versatile. Just imagine what they can do with the small ball 5 instead of a guy like Derek Lively, who, will be in the paint for the majority of the time. Think about the Boston Celtics, how all of their guys can shoot threes. They spread the floor, right? But when PJ Washington is your big man, they're going to be able to send Luka, Kyrie, and all these guys to the basket with nobody down there. Like, let's say you're going against the Timberwolves, right? Rudy Gobert can't stay in the paint because he's got to go to the three-point line and guard PJ Washington, which is going to allow Luka and Kyrie and whoever it may be to just drive into the paint for easy buckets. And again, if they do crash the paint, if they do want to crash in on Luka or Kyrie driving, then this is who you have at the three-point line now, PJ Washington, who I believe is a lot more dynamic than a Grant Williams was. And Seth Curry didn't even really play for them. So if you ask me, this is a perfect trade for the Dallas Mavericks. Not only this pickup, but also the Daniel Gafford pickup, a high-flying, big man who can catch a bunch of lobs, can get to the basket, can get some rebounds, can give you second-chance opportunities. I think Daniel Gafford is going to be a massive pickup as well. And then Mavericks are making some really good moves here. Look at this ball movement here. PJ Washington shooting right over John Collins, another high flyer who can get some block shots at times, doesn't there, and ends up being a beautiful shot here from PJ Washington. Guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, give me a letter grade down below. What do you grade this trade? I know you gave up a little bit, but PJ Washington is definitely a good fit here. And again, a late closeout by John Collins, puts up a 3 anyway, and is able to get this one to fall. PJ is going to be a stud here in Dallas. And when you look at their lineup with Luka, Kyrie, Josh Green, PJ, Derek Lively, Tim Hardaway, Daniel Gafford, Jaden Hardy, this team is deep, man. And they could make a huge playoff run. Don't be surprised. Also, check out Underdog Fantasy. I'm going to put this little segment in right now. Go check them out. Link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.